Hello, I am Teresa, Crafty Grams, and welcome to the lair. Excuse me. So, today I have before you some just regular weight scrapbook papers and four business size envelopes. Now, of course, you could use, um, junk mail envelopes, but I didn't have any that were all the same size that were not stuck together or stuck closed, that they had not glued themselves closed. So, and that is key to this little project. So I love doing things with envelopes, particularly when I can use the junk mail envelopes. But this one we need the flaps. We need the flaps to make a flippy flop thing. This is from Lene Creations. I'll link her below. She does a lot of one sheet wonders that I like, different size papers and stuff like that. So, anyway, but this is what we're doing today. Um, so, the first thing we do is take one of the lovely envelopes, and she measured, 4 and something inches. Uh, we don't measure around here. We do close enough and we do penciling. We're not even doing penciling. We are roughly going to uh, cut one of the envelopes in half, and it will make pockets for the final project. So in half ish, that's my favorite measurement ish, because clearly they're not really in half, but you know what, it's fine. It's fine. The measuring police are not going to be knocking down my door because I didn't measure anything. So, what we do first of all is cover the envelopes, and the more character the envelopes have, the better, obviously, which is why I like to use the junk mail envelopes, and particularly if you have some that are coffee dyed or craft color or something like that. Well, I mean, I guess I could have used my craft colored envelopes, but I'm thinking in my brain if I could have. Probably I actually could have, but whatever. This is what I have in front of me. This is what I'm using. So, yeah, I'll be inking and doing a lot of that kind of stuff during the process too. But the basic premise of the thing we're making, because I don't have a prototype, is that we're taking 3 of the envelopes full size and making like an accordion fold base. Get in there. These two will be connected thusly, leaving plenty of room for them to still fold. This will be connected, glued there, connected, whatever. Um, and then this one will glue like so. And then you'll fold this one back on itself. I may go ahead and do that to get this one used to its new directional crease. Um, so yeah, like that. Get glued on the back like that. And then one of these, maybe both of these, I don't know. Because, I get the idea from other people, but I generally change something up. So anyway, she used this one to cut diagonal pockets. I don't know about that. Okay, so yeah, that's odd because that's fine. It'll work. It'll work. So yeah, this is going to be a flappy pocket. And I might just do, let's see what happens with this. this gets glued down to there, and then this opens up this way once that gets glued there. So I might just glue this flap around here and make it flap on both sides, but then that would be confusing as to what's the front and the back of the finished deal. So let me just have a think on that. We'll get to covering some pages first of all. First things first, let's cover some pages and cover up this plain white that we have going on here. Plain white is boring. So now I've confused myself. Shh, don't tell anyone. All right, I'm going to glue that down there. So I'm going to cover, and these papers are from a paper pad I still have here. Yep. I've been, hoarding. And this is from Hobby Lobby from 2012. So yeah. That's, you know how it goes. But we are no longer hoarding these things because we bought them, because we love them, and they're not getting any use or doing any good if they're sitting on a shelf somewhere. So I want this to be what we see here. What we see here before you. Sorry, I don't know. And here's how we measure. Here's how we measure. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Turn this thing off. And so yeah, I'm gonna leave a little bit of a, border. Not measuring it, but we're leaving some kind of a border. Where's my pencil? Oh no, my pencil. There it is. Hey, there it is. There's my pencil. So I'm going to mark it here. Sorry that my phone just recorded all of that in a text message. And I really didn't want it to do that. Okay, we're better now. Sure. Technology, ain't it great? So yeah, pencil line there, pencil line here, and I will do a couple of, that same size panel out of these less decorated pages, shall we say. And okay, we'll do all three. And that'll give us a good start without having to stop and cut and measure and all that too frequently. So I'm just over here off camera, over here where my cutting machine is. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter weekend. I did. We had my youngest daughter hosted, and she cooked and had other friends over with their young children and did an Easter egg hunt. And it was all kinds of fun. All kinds of fun. So, yes, children were all excited and hopped up on candy. Isn't that what it's all about? Of course. Not exactly, but when you're 2 years old, you don't care. Okay, so I'm going to put just put this one. Oops, put this one. Wait. I'll get it together. I promise I will get it together. Okay, so I could go ahead and ink. That needs to be a skosh shorter. So I will use my guillotine cutter and just take a smidge off the top. A little off the top, please. Like that. And I might go ahead and do the inking. And put a thumb notch in it to indicate that that is a pocket. Things that make you go, Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do just that. Ink. And then notch before I glue it down. Because you know what happens when you glue it down. Really hard to do either of those two things. And even though I'm going to ink the whole thing when I'm done covering the envelopes, you know, that won't go all the way in to reach the edges of this paper. I know what I mean. So just, you know, yeah, just figure it out. Just play along, pretend you know what I'm talking about. And again, I'm going to find the center-ish of this. And, excuse my reach, put a thumb notch in it. Like so. Leave that over here. Yeah, this is how the craft room gets messy. I leave that over here. And while I'm leaving it over here, I realize, oh, hey, the corner rounder and the hole punch are still here from the last project. Fine. Okay, so how we avoid gluing this envelope closed is we glue the envelope. Oops, let me get the glue glop off of there. So just put it right along the edge of the envelope. And that way you don't glue your pocket shut. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. And I will tell you. I guess I can go ahead and put that away. Okay, dokie. Yeah. Kind of line it up straight as you can get it. Because, yeah, I'm struggling. I am struggling to get this one where I want it to be. And it's going to be too tall in this corner. We're just having a good old time, aren't we? No, son of a gun. Wowzers, this is turning into a complete and total Teresa train wreck. Who's surprised? Who is surprised by any of these shenanigans going on right here? Well, not me. Oh, for the love of Mike. Yeah, I'm going to have to reglue this whole thing. It's okay. It's fine. Right. Here's why we appreciate the precision nozzle. Well, did it stick anyway? Well, we should keep an eye on that, but so far so good. All right. That's crazy. Okay. So where's the next envelope? So this one's going to be attached here. So I'm just sussing out what's going to look good beside each other. I need to cut that one down a little bit as well. I may as well get this one too, huh? Yep, yipper pepper. Yipper pepper. Okay, let's see if we can put this away for, put it away for a while. Sorry, it's just, yep. Yep, it's upside down. I'm trying to get them all where the thumb notches are similarly placed. Well, of course, now I can't see the marks. Well, those two will be the same anyway. Okay. Moving right along. And let's ink. And I have some other exciting news. A while back, I started watching the Paper Lover Crafts, Tina, and we decided to do a journal swap, like an incompleted journal. Now, and I sent her one I had not done on camera, on video. So, but she had been working on one by the Gingerbread Prince, which I absolutely love. Now, I've been stalking the Gingerbread Prince, her books. You know, they're the cut apart and make them into a journal kind of books on Amazon is where I saw them. But I did not know this until I watched the video Tina did on this particular um, kit collection, whatever you want to call it. She also has an Etsy shop, and with the Etsy shop, you pay a lot less, like maybe half, for what you would pay for the actual book, and obviously it's printable, so you can print it as many times as you want. Plus, they are way more full of stuff. Like there's just stuff, a lot of stuff. So the journal that Tina was making from this one kit, she had three signatures. I don't know what she used for the cover. She had three signatures, and the front and back and spine were covered with this same, you know, collection. And it was just stuff and ephemera for days. Of course, now she had put her own, like, you know how you do, you add some coffee dyed paper and stuff like that into the signatures, so that there was, you know, there were more than just the printables, but it's a lot of stuff. So, and she had said in her video that she wasn't going to sell the one she was working on because she had cracked the spine. She's not a chiropractor, but she had broken the spine at the front by trying to, you know, sort of loosen it up after she had. Anyway, long story short, she wasn't going to be able to sell it, but she expressed the thought that, hey, maybe someone would be interested in just swapping, you know. And of course, my fingers could not type fast enough. Pick me, pick me, pick me. And so she did. She sent me hers, and it is here. It is here. It is here. It is here. I have not looked through the entire thing, but just opening the box, I am speechless. She put some things in there that, just little gifts and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I sent some things aside from the journal that I sent her, some pieces of ephemera that I had made and stuff like that. But gosh, guys, she sent me stuff. Like there's metal embellishments and there's a pen. I just, I shortchanged this woman like a lot, like a lot. She was there. It's just, like I said, I have not looked through any of it. I just opened it up. There was a card on the top. I opened the card and I read that. And then I just peeked. She had it, tissue paper. And so I opened the tissue paper and boy, howdy. It was wow, a lot. And I'm glad I looked at this because I did this one wrong, I think. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, because I want this pocket needs to go this way. So I think I'm going to swap these two out. Yes. Gosh, it was so hard for me to figure out again, guys. Look, I'm like too flustered to think straight. It's the box is sitting over there on the other side, the table on the other side of my craft room, like beside my printer. And I can hear it talking to me. I'm surprised y'all can't hear it. Open me. I have lots and lots of goodies inside. Open me. But no, I am trying so hard to wait until I film on Wednesday. That is going to be Wednesday's video. Yeah, it's going to be Wednesday's video. So just quit your flapping over there, box. Oh, yeah, I know. There's so many things that are just not normal about me, but that's okay. It's part of my charm. Part of my charm and charisma. I mean, that's what I'm going with anyway. Maybe not everybody agrees with me, but you know what? Other people's opinion of me is none of my business. You can put that on a bumper sticker. Okay, I wonder why that first one was so hard for me to do because it's look, boom. It's just like gluing paper down. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I do not know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put these bits together so that I can put this flap on. I guess I have to cover this pocket flap somehow too on both sides. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's just do this difficult part before I lose my mind completely. Oops. All right. So this gets glued here. Not too close to the fold. Not too close to the bendy bit. Because it's going to go back like that. And how is it crooked? Is it crooked? I don't know what happened here. I do not know what happened. I don't know. Where's my thingy? Okay, so that's basically going to be the front of it with the flap over it. And now this, I need to put glue here and do some serious finagling to get it inside the other one. Oh, yeah. Ooh, look at there. Yeah, I just put my hand straight into that. It's all right. It's fine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is not in far enough. Don't glue yet. You're not in far enough. It's an emergency. It's an emergency. Yes, crisis averted. Oh, look at that. Honestly, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. All right, now I'm going to glue this part. Okay. Boom. There you go. You. All right. This is the front. See, here we got the accordion thing going on. Sorry. How many times am I going to put my fingertips in that ink before I remember to move it? Couple more. Probably a couple of more times. Okay, so here we go. Trying to figure out. Oh yeah, this happens whenever I see my granddaughters. They love Grandma so much. All right, so one of these is going to go wrap around here. Like that. And I kind of want to do the other one that way too, around here. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I really, really do think that's what I want to do. So I will glue this closed. Just right along here. So I'm not losing too much pocket space. Okay. And I shall do this one the same. Whoop. Also, with these envelopes, there's no windows to deal with trying to decorate around. I have a hard time with that. Personally, I do. Yes, I do. All right, I'm going to cover these two, front and back, before I glue them on to the main body. All right, that's not going to work because it doesn't fit. So I may have to get another piece of paper out because I don't want to cut that bicycle up. Or do I just want to use the same pieces of paper? And then I can maybe do this. That's what I think I want to do with that, is put it across two of them. Yep. So I'm going to save this one for that. And I'm going to use these same papers for these. Okay, so I need to, this one's going to go on the front, right here. Okay. So I shall use this paper like this. All right. Even a bit of a border all the way around. Come here, guillotine guy. Guillaume the guillotine. I don't know why. Y'all, I don't know why. Just felt like a thing I had to do. Now, I realize I did not have to do that. I don't have to name all of my supplies, tools, but it seems like I just do it anyway. Yep, I just do it anyway. All right. Yeah, I'm going to glue it down and then try to make the thumb knot. It's probably not going to fit. I shouldn't have glued it yet. Curse words. Curse words, curse words, curse words. It's all right. I'll put something in there with a tab on the top so you know that it's a pocket. Sure. Yep, that works. Okie dokie. I did not, son of a gun, I did not ink around that paper before I put it down. So I'm quite upset with myself about that. All right. And I'm going to put the other one, this one, I'm going to put this one on the back side. Like that. Oi. There's somewhere around here. There it is. I remember the Schweppes soda ad. One of my favorites. Schweppes. I don't know if it's Schweppes or Schweppies. I've always said Schweppes. Schweppes ginger ale. That's what it is. Schweppes ginger ale. Let's try and remember to ink them from here on out, okay? Okay. Right. Next. I have the theme song from Dragon Tales going through my brain because both of my young grandsons are apparently as obsessed with it as their parents were. So, yeah. And I will use this piece for the other side. Dare I? Do I dare? Yes, I dare. Because I am a daring person. I am not a daring person. Like at all. Okay. This is going to go on the inside here. And there we go. All right. Let's get these inked and glued. Now, this is fascinating viewing, as always, but part of the process. It's all part of the process. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. I think this is how I said I was going to do it. Not sure, but that's how I'm doing it now. All right. Right. This one's going to be on the outside. of the pocket. Look, envelopes are not straight. It's just that's just got to be what the issue is. Envelopes apparently don't have right angles. Oops. Okay, let's glue these in their respective places. This one goes here. I'm going to go ahead and place this one so I can just line the other one up. And then the backs can be covered. That will in turn cover these flaps. Right. Bada bing, bada boom. We got covered. We got flaps. Now we need to cover this piece with this, with the bicyclette. Sorry. We're just going to go for it because this is just, it's just the way the envelopes are made. There's going to be a bigger gap here than there is over here and vice versa. I'm over here using the big 12 by 12 cutter machine thing. That's what I'm doing. Just lining it up and cutting it down. Cut it down. Now let's see how. There it is. I couldn't see the mark over here because there's no light over here on this side of the desk. And there's also the other papers that I cut off. So quite a task. Okay. Over a smidge. Boom. There we go. Okay. That's going to be how that goes. But I'm going to hold it down. While I make it across this. Come on. Come on, Petunia, you can do it. Uh-oh, that's really making a mess, isn't it? Okay. Flip. Let's see if we can be less aggressive over here this time. Okay, okay. How many times can I say okay? Okay. Erase these pencil marks. Now I just need to cover something. Ooh, this goes back this way. Where's my wee one? There it is. Look at that. I'm using my right hand for this. It's impressive. For me, it's very impressive. Sweet. Yeah, I think that's really, really cute. Okay, what am I going to cover this with, though? That's the $1,000,000 question. Paper is not going to win you the $1,000,000. Let's see if we can cut it from this. And that just needs a smoosh, a smidge taken off of the side. Just a smidge. Let's see if that was enough of a smidge. Let's put it so the script is right side up. That was not enough of a smidge. Try again. Let's try again. Darn crooked envelopes. This is really frustrating. Just want y'all to know that. And this is not big enough to get that teeny tiny smidge that I need. Sorry, I growled in your ear. I didn't mean to. All right, I'm going to try and wing it. Yeah, right. I have to try and freehand it. All right, well, not perfect, but that's as good as it's going to get. Because if I keep cutting at it, it'll end up being a sliver itself. And then I will be done with this project for today. As much as we're going to do with it today, because it's just a make idea. I'm not going to get bogged down in trying to decorate it today. It'll go into my stash of stuff to use, ready to use until further notice. My idea book actually is where it will go. My idea book is not a book, it's a box. Box. Another box. Yep, another box. Okay. Ooh, almost went off the road. Now I am not even staying in the lines. Keep it between the lines. Okay. There we go. I like it. Okay, so this is the front. Pocket there. Make sure I didn't glue it closed. I did not. Pocket there. Pocket there and there. They're a little bit tight pocket-wise. If I were to make this again, I would do these facing the same way. Capiche? Yeah. All right, and that's the back. Pocket there, pocket there. And then we open it the other way. Boom. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. It actually doesn't really need much decoration or embellishment except on these pockets inside. Yeah, I would have done that differently. Maybe if I had paid more attention to the video, I could tell whether she did it that way or not, or I could remember whether she did it that way or not. I do not recall right at this particular moment in time, but yeah, that is a tweak I would make. All right, so nice little make from Lene Creates. Little flappy folio, I guess. Flippy flappy journal. It's a bit bigger than a journal, than a flat folio. Words, man, words are hard. It's Monday, and yeah, it was a busy weekend. So I hope y'all all had a wonderful, happy, blessed Easter. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for the big reveal. See you then. Craft and joy, y'all. Bye.